Hey y'all, welcome back to our very bookish channel. My name's Amanda. I run the channel with my friend Jen, and today is the day, you guys. I am home for the evening. I got all my stuff done I needed to today, and I am so excited because I have had this book for a couple of months, and I have been waiting and waiting patiently to read this book because Jen and I wanted to do a vlog on it. We wanted to read it together, and Jen did not have an early release copy. So we were waiting for release day. Jen was gonna pick up her copy and we were gonna start reading, but Jen was able to get an early release copy, and I am so excited because we can start reading now. And I am talking about Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. So it's no secret on this channel, we love thrillers. And I'm pretty sure I've talked several times about how much I really like Riley Sager's books. My favorite one so far has been The Only One Left. That was the one he came out with last year. I felt like it is his best book that I've read, although I have not read them all. Of the 4 that I've read, or 5 that I've read, The Only One Left has been my favorite, and I hope this book is the same. So without further ado, I cannot wait another minute. I'm gonna get over here and get comfy on my couch, and I'm gonna start reading, and we're bringing you guys along for the reading ride. All right, guys, I am settled in. I have grabbed my tablet. Oh my gosh. I hope I did not charge my tablet last night. Let me check. Oh my gosh, if this thing is like 10%, I'm gonna scream. Oh yeah, oh, we're good, we're good. 63%. That'll definitely last me for the rest of the evening. Yeah, the tablet battery lasts a long time, so I just got nervous because I couldn't remember the last time I charged it. So, all right, but we're good. All right, crisis averted. Let's start reading. First, what do you guys think of this cover? I really like it. I love the green. Green's my favorite color, but it feels spooky and ominous, and the green is good, and I love the hues, and you can tell it's like in a neighborhood setting. So I don't know how well you can see it. But yeah, I like the cover of this book. I think it sets the vibe. It's hard to tell without reading the book what the vibe is gonna be, but I'm definitely picking up a vibe based on the cover, and that's what I expect the vibe of the book to be. So we will see.
All right, guys, I don't usually do ebooks because I'm not a big fan of reading on a tablet. I just prefer to have the real book. But sometimes when patience is a factor and you get an e-arc of Middle of the Night by Riley Sager, you know, you just have to go with it, and you have to make a sacrifice and read it on a tablet. So I'm super excited, and I'm gonna be starting it before 2 weeks before it comes out. Or is it 3? Might be 3 weeks. 3 weeks before it comes out. I am super excited, and I'm starting it now. So I don't know if there are gonna be pictures in the rest of the book, but this looks like it's a forest, and I can't tell if that's a flashlight or just light in the forest. And I know the premise of this is about 2 young boys who are camping in their backyard, and then one of them goes missing, and I think there's some kind of forest, and there's something in the forest that's mysterious, and he, as an adult, goes to investigate. And the thing about doing ebooks and loading the pages is a little different for me, because obviously I don't do it very often. It's been a while since I did an ebook. Obviously, I apparently can't work technology. But we are starting in 1994, Saturday at 6:37 a.m. So I am digging on an e-arc of Middle of the Night. I have it out of its cover because the cover is like super worn. So I ordered a new one, but I also ordered a surprise I'm going to be sending to Amanda, and I will show you guys once I get it, because I think she's really going to love it. So once I get it, I will show you guys and send it to her. She'll be very surprised. So I'm barely in the book, and I feel like there was some inspiration from Stranger Things. There is an institution he alludes to that's in the woods behind his house. And I automatically thought of Stranger Things. I haven't seen it in a while. I don't remember all the details from Stranger Things. And I'm not sure how much it's going to play a part in the rest of this book. But it obviously made me think of Stranger Things right away. And I'm interested to see where they're going with this institution in the woods. I had to plug my tablet in because it was losing its charge, and I just feel weird. It's one of the reasons why when I'm reading on a tablet, it just feels so weird to have it plugged in. My book that's plugged in. Not long after I was reading, and there was the first little twist that something's going on. I don't know how much I want to say because obviously I don't want to spoil anything, but as soon as that, I love that. You ever have that in novels or thrillers where there's just something that happens and it just sucks you right in and you just want to know what's going on? That just happened. Okay, I am riveted by the story, and Amanda obviously is reading it too, so I was texting her, but I got ahead of her, and I always feel like I'm giving her spoilers, and I'm really trying not to. But I came on here to say I just got to a part. Ethan has insomnia, so he's often up at night. But why is it when people hear noises outside, why do they always investigate? Like every time someone is investigating something that is clearly not something you want to go look at, even if it means, okay, I just want to make sure it's something I don't have to worry about. And usually it is something you don't have to worry about. But I am going to err on the side of caution and not go running into something that you may not want to run into. And I don't know what he's going to run into because I put it down just to come say, like, really, really just stay inside. But I guess there wouldn't be a book then, maybe, right? Anyway, I'm going to keep reading. So I got the new cover. And one of the cool things about it, I will show you 1 second. Prop it up like that, which is going to be very convenient, so I like that. And then I also got some stickers. I haven't decided yet what to put on the outside. I haven't gotten the surprise for Amanda yet. I will show you guys as soon as I get it. I was about to do an update, but I wanted to show you guys on the e-reader. I love that it's like, looks like a page. I know you guys are probably like used to that stuff with e-readers, but I was very amused by that. Okay, y'all, I am about 9% in the book, so I'm not too far. Just like in the middle of chapter 2 or possibly close to chapter 3. But there is a mention of this place called Hawthorne Institute. That is super interesting. So you're following a kid who is having a kind of sleepover with his neighborhood friend, and they're sleeping in a tent in a fenced-in backyard, and it's in a seemingly nice, safe neighborhood. It's not something that, you know, anyone should be super alarmed about with kids sleeping outside. Apparently I think that they said that it was weekly or something, so I think they've done it before, or like maybe they have weekly sleepovers and it's the first time they're... Anyways, they're sleeping in a tent in the backyard, and one of the kids wakes up to find there's a big slit in the side of the tent and his friend is missing. So that's sort of the setting in the beginning of this book. And then they're like casually mention there's this Hawthorne Institute that's 2 miles away, and they have no idea what goes on there. So I'm coming up with like 2 possible different scenarios for how this Hawthorne Institute might be involved. And I hate doing this because I like to just read the book, go along for the ride, but I can't help it. I can't help but like read the book and try to think, is that a clue? Is that a clue? Is this connected? I really can't help it, but I try not to. I try to just be along for the ride. But I've got 2 scenarios that are kind of formulating up here. I am about 18% into this book, so I'm
twice as far as I was last time we talked. But there is a passage in this book, and first of all, I want to say that I love the prose, I love the writing, I love the style. It's very, very easy to follow, and I'm just really enjoying this book. It's kind of catchy. It's not gripping me like a Frida McFadden thriller where each chapter ends on this huge cliffhanger and you have to keep going. It's not that kind of gripping, but the writing and the interesting story is gripping me. Like, I want to keep reading because it's so easy to keep reading, and I don't want this momentum to stop. Like, I hope that makes sense. Like, hopefully that makes sense, because sometimes I get these ideas in my head and it might not make sense to everybody else. Anyways, there's a passage here, and I'm gonna read it because it just got me thinking. And it says, "The same Ashley, yet also different." So you're following the main character, and this is 30 years later when he's older, and he's talking about Ashley, which was like a neighborhood girl, and she is 5 years older than him. So he says, and he runs into her. And he says, "The same Ashley, yet also different. Her hair slightly darker now, a light brown instead of the cool blonde of her teenage years. And her face and figure are thinner, more angular, like she's been slightly hardened by life. I have too, but it's taken the opposite toll on my appearance. I'm softer, as if my body was trying to cushion life's blows." And I just think that that's a really interesting sort of comparison and concept. Like, both of these people have grown up. From teenagers into, like, you know, almost midlife or like older young life age, and they've both obviously dealt with the missing neighborhood kid at some capacity, and the effects it's had on her. To him, she seems like thinner and angular and tougher and a harder person, but on him, he feels like he is like softer, and it's had like the opposite effect. And it just got me thinking about life's scenarios and how the things that we go through, the stumbling blocks in life, affect so many people differently and have different outcomes and different effects on everybody, physically and mentally. And I just started thinking about that, and this passage just, I don't know, I just thought it was interesting, and it just got me thinking about life in general and how some people turn out so differently than others, even though they kind of have experienced the same kind of stumbling block. I don't know. The concept just seemed different and interesting to me, and just got me thinking a little bit about that topic.
After that chapter ended, something shocking, I feel like it was shocking, just was revealed. I was not ready for that, and I feel like there have been several twists, so I am sucked in, but I wanted to stop and just share that one. I know I can't say anything about it. Amanda makes fun of me for the spoilers and never wanting and always wanting to talk about the spoilers, but those are the parts that you want to talk about. And instead I'm just like, so something happened. Can't talk about it. Anyway, it's late and I know I'm gonna finish this tonight. So I'm gonna get back to it. Okay, seriously, what is happening? Like, I don't think I have a theory right now. I thought I might know what was going on, but I don't know what's going on. I have no theories. I'm just in it for the ride. So we'll see what happens next.
Hey guys, it's the next day. I am on chapter 7. I'm 24% into the book on chapter 7. So I only got 6 chapters read yesterday. I hope to get a huge chunk of reading done today on this book, because I finished up all my chores around the house. My house is clean enough so that I can relax, because I don't know if y'all are the same way, but if my house gets cluttered or I feel like it's dirty, and everything's like out of place, I get anxious and I cannot relax. But I spent the morning, did my dishes, got all of the random things picked up around the house and put away. I got everything vacuumed, because it had actually been a couple of days since I vacuumed, and I have hardwood floors and dogs, so you could see some of the hair like collecting in the corners and it was really bothering me. I try to vacuum every single day just to keep up on all the dog hair. But I've been so busy and exhausted the last couple of days that I haven't been vacuuming every day. So got my vacuuming done, so I feel so much better and I'm ready to just sit here and read some more of this book. I did not want to stop reading it yesterday. And I know I already talked about this, and this book is addictive to me, and I don't know why. It's not grippy, like I said before, like every chapter ends on a cliffhanger and you have to keep going. I just think the writing is good and the story is just so interesting. So I just want to keep reading. So hopefully I can get a huge chunk of this read today. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it all, but I'm going to try to get as much done as I can today on the reading and bring you guys along with the journey, of course. But so far, just know that this book has been really good, and so far I will recommend it. I am 24% in, so just about a quarter of the way. Typically, this is sort of the turning point in books where sometimes books at the 24%, 50%, or even 75% of the way in. It seems like every quarter can be a turning point where I'm like, oh, I don't really like this book, I'm going to DNF, but I'm not feeling that way about this book at all. I really want to continue reading and trying to figure out more about what has happened in this book to this little boy that was abducted, and how his friends 30 years later are fitting in and coping with it. There's a little bit of like catty domestic thriller thrown in here because there's like neighborhood gossips and things. So I think that's kind of fun. It's kind of a mesh of psychological thriller and domestic thriller. So this one kind of fun, just a little bit of that aspect sprinkled in. So I'm enjoying it so far, and let's just keep reading. Okay, so one of my theories, in the beginning I said I had two theories that I was thinking about with this book, was just openly discussed between two characters. So that theory I know is like not gonna happen now. I mean, we're only 25% of the way in the book. I'm just like a few pages into chapter 7, and these two characters are openly talking about this theory, which was my theory. So I know that that's not going to be the case at this point. And so, I was probably wrong about that one. And if I'm still right, that would be kind of crappy if you talk about the theory way early and like 25% of the way into the book, and then like that's the twist at the end. That doesn't make sense. So, yep, I guess I'm just gonna have to keep reading and keep trying to think of some more theories. Okay, so sorry, it's just literally a few minutes later, but I just finished the first part of chapter 7, and I'm at another part. It's still chapter 7, but it's kind of a flashback to in 1994 when his friend went missing. And I have another theory now. Since it kind of feels like I'm being led down this path, it's probably wrong, but I'm starting to feel like one of the other neighborhood boys is suspicious. And again, that's probably not right, because I feel like I am being led that direction, like you're being led to think that, so that's not it, and there's a big twist. But one of the other neighborhood boys is seeming kind of suspicious. He is kind of giving me jealous vibes, like he's a little jealous. And I just started this flashback, and you're actually following this character. And there's actually two mysterious situations linked to this character, and he just seems to be the common denominator in both of them, and they're both tragic. So I don't know. It is making me think that, but I also feel like I am being led that way. So that's probably not it, but just thought I would update you guys. So still gonna continue reading and see where this book leads.
Okay, guys. Sorry about all the updates, but I'm on chapter 9. And there's this creepy thing going on with a baseball. And Jen was ahead of me when we first started reading. I think she read like the first 5 chapters or something before me. And she was like, how far are you? The baseball thing is creepy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not, you know, there yet. But wow, it is kind of creepy. It's kind of creeping me out. And I don't know, it's something that I guess any other book I might be like, oh yeah, no big deal. But for some reason in this book, it's making the book suspenseful. This like baseball thing is creepy. So yeah, let me know, like, if you guys read the book. Is the baseball thing really creepy to you guys too? Which like normally wouldn't be a thing, but like it is in this book. Weird. Oh, you guys, there's a kid in this book and he is reading part of the Goosebumps series, The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. Raise your hand if you read Goosebumps as a kid. Oh, I just think that's so cute. Hey y'all, update time. I am 40% into the book and I just got to a part where I feel like it's a good spot for me to stop for a little while and take a break. I got to a point where we are jumping back in time to the day that Billy was taken, and each time you kind of jump back in time, you're following a different character and you're kind of learning a little bit more about what each character was doing the day of the incident. And I'm just not finding those parts as interesting. I usually do not like it when you jump back and forth in the timeline because I can rarely remember a book where I find the past events as interesting as the current events. And in this book, I'm really not as interested in finding out what each individual kid in the neighborhood was doing during the day compared to solving the mystery that is going on in current day with this missing kid. 30 years later is current day after the kid was taken, and they're really like trying to solve what's going on, and that's just much more interesting to me. I know there's a lot of information in these flashbacks, and I know you're learning a little bit more about each character, and I'm sure it's relevant information, but again, I just don't find it as interesting. So I got to this point and I saw that it was a flashback to 1994 on the day that Billy was taken. And so I'm just going to stop here because I need to take a break, and I might pick the book back up later tonight and read a little bit before bed maybe, but I will definitely catch up with you guys tomorrow and continue more with the book. Probably won't vlog anymore unless when I read something and just like I have to talk about it, something just crazy happens. But I also feel like we're at the point of the book where things slow down. It seems to me like in books they start off really fast and they pick up quickly and they get interesting and you're like sucked in, and then things kind of slow, the pace slows, the story slows, and you kind of lag, and then a little bit later in the book things start picking up and twists start happening and it gets interesting again. So I'm kind of at the like laggy point, and I'm just feeling like I need a break. So we will continue with this vlog tomorrow.
I guess it's appropriate for me to finish Middle of the Night in the middle of the night. And I flew through the last pages, and I feel like some of it was sad, but it was really good. I really enjoyed this book. So I am going to do final thoughts, but I want to wait for what I told you guys I had ordered for Amanda so that I can include it in this vlog and send it to her and not post the vlog so that it ruins the surprise before she gets it. So I will have final thoughts, and hopefully what I ordered will be in. So I got this in the mail today. It's one of the things that I want to send to Amanda. And this is from the author, Jason Rekulak. He had said on Instagram, and I can add in a screenshot from what I saw on Instagram, that he offered up if you send him a self-addressed stamped envelope, he would send you signed book plates. And here's that screenshot. And he said if you're extra lucky, he will put the very creepy illustrations, but let me see what's inside. And I'm really excited because I asked for one for Amanda, so hopefully there's one in there for her too. And so awesome. So he did put for Amanda, which is so freaking cool. And he has one for me as well. And he put postcards. I mean, if you guys haven't read this book and you like horror or thrillers, I mean, this book is definitely, it's creepy. But he put that in. And then his new one that me and Amanda do plan on doing for a vlog is his new one is going to be coming out, I think, in October. And this is like almost like a wedding invitation. Oh, there it is. Tuesday, October 8th. But I'm going to get these into a package for Amanda. And she'll have a nice little surprise. Because I know she liked this book too. So I'm going to send Amanda, I got an extra art copy of The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave. I did read The Last Thing He Told Me, which was a thriller. And I don't know how much she really wanted this book, but I did get an extra, so I figure I might as well give it to her. I'm going to include the postcards as well, and hopefully she kept a copy of Hidden Pictures so that she can put that with her book on the inside. And I let her know there is something coming, so she knows a surprise is on the way. Next, I'm going to do final thoughts on Middle of the Night by Riley Sager.
Hey y'all, I am so excited. I got a package in the mail from Jen and I knew it was coming. Jen told me to keep an eye out for it, and I know there is an ARC in this package because Jen got 2 copies of the same ARC. So she kept one to read and she sent me one to read. So really excited about that, but she said there's another little surprise in here. So really excited to see what it is. And I just want to show you guys the cute stickers that she put on the outside of this package. I do have some post-it notes on here just kind of blocking our address information. But this is the package, and there is a sticker that says, I have no shelf control, which is super cute. And a little sticker down here that says, I'd rather be reading. It's just so cute. Those stickers are so cute. Anyways, let's open this up and see what we have going on here. All right, so this is the ARC that she got 2 copies of, and she gave one to me to read. I have never read Laura Dave. I don't know how to say her name. Looks like this book is coming out October 1st. And I know she had a really popular book. The last thing he ever told me, something like that. I will find a picture of it and put it up here, but it actually looks similar to this book, similar font, and the look is similar. It's just got kind of a background to it. So curious to read this one. I don't know if this is the type of book that I really enjoy. I don't know if this is my thing, but I am excited to see because so many people have said so many good things about her books that it's got me curious. So of course I'm going to try to read this and see what I think. All right, and there's a few other little things in here. Okay. Oh my gosh, she got me a signed nameplate from Jason Rekulak. Oh, we love him. We loved his book, Hidden Pictures. This came with it that she's got me. And this is his signed nameplate. Oh my gosh. Oh, I get to put this in my Hidden Pictures book. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And it says for Amanda. It actually says my name. It's got a dedication on it. Oh my gosh, so exciting. And then this is his next book coming out, and I've requested this, and I have tried to get an ARC of this. I've requested it everywhere you can that I know of. I know I've requested it on Edelweiss. I know I've looked for it on NetGalley. I don't know if I can request it on NetGalley. I've actually even emailed the publisher too to try to get a copy. So we will see. But look how cute this is. It's a little card and then it's like save the date on the back. So adorable. Okay, so this new book is getting released on October 8th. And I cannot wait. I hope. I am like crossing my fingers that I get a copy of the ARC because we have a cool idea to do an ARC reading vlog, and we have 2 books already that we know we're both getting our hands on, and this one is up in the air. I think Jen has a copy of this one, and I'm waiting to see if I get approval, so we will see. So excited. I love these. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. And then the backs. This is the hidden pictures back, obviously. Oh my gosh. And then this is save the date for the last one at the wedding. Oh, wow. And of course, the signed nameplate. I cannot wait to add this to my book. I can't believe it actually has dedication for me. Oh, so cute. So exciting. Thank you, Jen. I don't think I said that. Thank you, Jen, so much for my signed nameplate, my ARC, and my little pictures that are so cute. Thank you so much. Hey guys, update time. It is a few days later and I am further in the book. I'm about 75% of the way in. So between like the 40 and 75%, I don't feel like the pacing of the book was very fast. It's been kind of slow. We've been having to jump back in time to when the characters were kids a lot, and I'm not a big fan of that, as you guys know. So for me, it feels like the pacing has slowed and the book has like not been as action-packed, as entertaining, as thrilling as the thrillers should be. But we have learned a lot about this institute, the Hawthorne Institute, that is located very close to the neighborhood, which I'm loving that aspect of the book. I think that adds just like this bit of creepiness that makes the book, like the story, really good. I really love that aspect of the book. And so we've learned a lot more about that, about the people there. We haven't exactly learned about what they actually do there. We've learned a little bit. But I feel like there's just a lot more that needs to be said about this institute, and I feel like we're going to get that in this last 25% of the book. And today I have a productive but chill kind of day, if that makes sense. I have a lot of YouTube stuff to do. I need to get a schedule together for June. I need to get a list together of videos that Jen and I have talked about doing and try to figure out where we can put those in July, June, August, the upcoming months. Jen has been able to get access to a lot of ARCs, so that has kind of derailed our plans a little bit. Because now she's excited to get to these books that are coming out later. So Jen's probably gonna have some ARC reviews, or we're gonna be doing videos if I can also get a copy of it. Sorry, you might hear my dog in the background. Come here, Boo Boo. This is my dog Bella. She goes by Boo Boo, and she is blind. She is missing her eyes. She when she was, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5, her retina is detached from her eyes, and with dogs, there's really not a surgery for them to get those repaired easily. So the first time it was just one eye, and we removed the eye because there's really no way to detach it and save it. And then it happened again about a year later, and we had to have the vet remove the second eye. So very sad for Boo Boo, but she moves around like you would not know that she was not blind. You wouldn't know it. You would not know she was blind by the way she moves. Like, she walks around like normal. It's like she can sense you. It's like she looks right at you. And she just senses everything that goes on. Like, she does very well for a blind dog. So she is about 8 years old now. So she's getting to be a little bit older, but not too old yet.
And yeah, that's Boo Boo. She also likes, I have a blanket stretched over the couch here and she's like tucked in under the blanket. She likes to hide under the blanket. So she went back to her little hole where she's comfortable. Anyways, aside from the little doggy detour there, I am going to finish the rest of this book. I am going to film me reading it. Try to, you know, let you guys know what I'm thinking and keep you updated. So we will see how the last 25% of this book ends. Guys, I'm not very far in. I just finished the chapter I was on, so 76% into the book. But they just named a suspect? Wow. I don't believe it. If this is the real suspect for the abduction, I can't believe it. So the very next chapter is you're going back in time to the point of view of the most recently named suspect. And it's disturbing. It's disturbing. I didn't think there was no way it could be this person, but now it's like, I don't know. All right, let's just keep reading. Let's keep plowing through. I'm now 78% through. The ending to this book was so good. I just finished it. 100%.
All right, guys, I have some final thoughts on Middle of the Night. I wasn't as bothered reading it on my tablet, by the way. I think when I had the smaller e-reader, I had a really hard time reading it on there, and I think it was because of how small it was. I don't know. Usually it's what people want in an e-reader. For some reason, this is more comfortable for me, so I can have this stand on a table or something and read it without even holding it, which is nice. But in terms of the actual story and Riley Sager, I felt this was a really good book. It had a lot of twists. I very much enjoyed my second book by Riley Sager. I would for sure return and read another Riley Sager. There's a lot of back titles that he's written that I want to, dig into now because I am a fan of his. And it wasn't just the twists, though obviously I love the twists, but I feel that a lot of the characters, I kind of got lost in the story of the two little boys that were friends and leading up to all of the different sides that we saw in terms of what happened. I wasn't trying to guess after a while because I started to have a theory a couple times, and because it didn't seem to be that, and then it kind of was ruled out for what I thought it was gonna be, I ended up just reading and going along for the ride, because sometimes it's fun to guess what is happening and be right about what's happening, and sometimes it just feels good to read it for story's sake and to find out what's happening and enjoy the actual book. So this one, I feel sometimes the way it kept twisting can be frustrating if you keep trying to guess. So I've learned to not do that as much when it starts to be a lot of different twists. I feel like it's hard to talk too much about the actual story without giving away or ruining it for people. And as much as Amanda can put on the screen to jump to a certain point in order to skip spoilers, I will avoid saying any spoilers. And I would just say that if you are a fan of psychological thrillers that keep you guessing and you like twists, this is definitely a thriller for you. I can't really compare to too much of Riley's previous books. I saw a lot online that, and I think Amanda even said this, that his books just keep getting better and better. So I feel this one and the last one that I read, which I'm forgetting the name, The Only One Left, I feel both of them were pretty same for me. I wouldn't, if I really had to push and pick a favorite between the both of them, I feel like that would be hard because I really liked both a lot. I don't think I'd be able to pick. I really like them equally. So I feel whenever you have a first book from an author and you really, really love it, I think sometimes it can be hard to have that much passion for another one unless they kind of outdo themselves. So it was true for like Freida McFadden that for the longest time, The Housemaid was like my favorite book of hers. And then I read The Ex because I feel like that one, she just kind of, even though she wrote it before The Housemaid, or it was released before The Housemaid, when I read it, I feel it was on another level for Freida. It was just so different in how she laid out the story and how she ended up doing the twist in that one. And she had many twists. So for this one, I don't feel like he did anything, you know, on another level or something crazy that would stick out from The Only One Left. So that's why I feel like I don't think it's fair to judge between the two. Really enjoyed reading him, period. I would highly suggest if you love thrillers and if you love a lot of twists, this is definitely a book for you.
I just finished the book and the ending is so good. The ending is so good. I really enjoyed this book. I think it has a little bit of everything for everyone. I think it has some kind of ghost creepiness. I think there are lots of twists and turns. I think in the beginning, your mind is going so many different directions, you don't know what to think. And for me specifically, I was coming up with like 5 or 6 different theories, none of which were completely correct on their own. So this was a great book. I think that I liked The Only One Left better, because I did not enjoy the chapters where you had to go back in time to when the kids were younger in 1994. That's just my own quirk. I know it's very popular for authors to do that. I know a lot of people probably really like it or don't mind it, but for me, I just don't like it. It feels to me like it disrupts the flow of the book, if that makes sense. It kind of stops the pacing and disrupts the flow, and that's how it feels to me. So I don't feel like I want to go back in time. I just want to keep pressing forward with current day and get more of the story told, even though part of the story is being told when you go back in time. I get that, but it just doesn't feel right for me. And I don't even like it when they do it in movies. I know that you'll have flashbacks in movies and things, and I don't like that either in movies, but it bothers me much more in books than it does in movies. So that's the only part of this book I didn't like. I felt like the book was very interesting. I felt like there was lots of possibilities for your mind to explore and go down. I think that the ending was fantastic. It was really good. And I enjoyed this book. I would highly recommend it. I do think it's one of Riley's better books. I liked this book better than House Across the Lake and Survive the Night. I probably liked it about the same as Lock Every Door, but both of these books, Lock Every Door and this book, kind of have like this dark, occult, creepy aspect that I really enjoy kind of reading about and deviling into, you know, like I'm a very curious person, and if something is hidden or secret, like I want to know
It's just me, you know. It's probably why I got a degree in engineering, because I need to know how things work. I need to know what happens with things. I loved like the science and physics and mathematics part, because I like to figure things out. And I just think that that's just something that is appealing to me when there's something mysterious or unknown, especially like a secret society or some weird like institute, like the Hawthorne Institute in this book, where you just kind of need to figure out what's going on there. I feel like Riley could have fleshed out a little more of that. I feel like there's more to it than what is told, but other than that, this was a great read. I'm really excited for this book to be released and you all can get your hands on a copy of it. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have this book on your radar, please let me know in the comments when you're planning on reading this, or if you're planning on picking it up in the store, because I would love to keep track and know what you think after you've read it. So let me know. Comment below.
It comes out Tuesday, June 18th, so I would make it a point to definitely check out Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. And thanks for watching as we both read it. I hope Amanda enjoyed it just as much as I did, and I hope she liked her surprise in the mail. And until next time.